Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent visit to the United States has taken the spotlight at the global political theatre. While it has been marked by historic achievements, vocal protests, and a showcase of the emerging stature of India on the world stage, the broader reactions to these developments have been as multifaceted as the events themselves. Namaste and welcome to TFI Post. This is Animesh Pandey, who would take a look at the various facets of PM Modi's US visit and why the popularity of the incumbent PM is far from over. PM Modi was welcomed by rather unusual guests. Minnesota 5th District Congresswoman Ilhan and Michigan's 12th District Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib have been the standard bearers for political dissent in response to PM Modi's visit, if we may call that. However, their vocal expressions of opposition rooted in concerns about alleged minority repression in India seem to have fallen on largely indifferent ears. They have been given as much attention as the White House gives to upholding the basic essentials of democracy. Ilhan, known for her fiery rhetoric and borderline anarchist views, made her disapproval clear by boycotting PM Modi's address to the US Congress. Instead, she organized a concurrent briefing with human rights groups to discuss what she perceives as a record of repression and violence against PM Modi's government. Rashida Tlaib, a fellow congresswoman known for her own staunch stance on human rights and minority issues, also chose not to attend PM Modi's address. She voiced her disapproval of the visit, going as far as to label it as shameful. These actions, while significant in their own right, seem to have evoked little reaction from both the American and the Indian public. Speaking of reactions, the political undertaker has risen again from his portable coffin. Bernie Sanders, known for his extremely socialist approach, condemned PM Modi's government, alleging an infringement of civil liberties and a systematic repression of religious minorities' rights. Despite the potentially explosive nature of his claims, they seem to blend into the general cacophony of political noise, attracting limited attention. Also in the mix of voices expressing concern about PM Modi's visit was US Senator Pramila Jayapal, who led a coalition of more than 70 politicians urging President Biden to address human rights concerns in India. Probably that's why she and some other delegates were given a cold shoulder long ago by S. Jaishankar. Despite the flurry of activism surrounding the visit, the drama has been received with relative apathy, signaling a significant disconnect between these protests and the wider perception of PM Modi's visit to the United States. The impact of the protests seemed to have been largely mitigated, falling short of generating any significant change in the course of PM Modi's visit or the wider US-India relations. Amidst this backdrop of controversy, PM Modi's visit to the US has moved forward as planned, with him being the guest of honor for President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden. On June 22, PM Modi addressed a joint session of the US Congress, making him the first Indian leader to be accorded this honor twice. And just imagine the plight of the left liberals who had to see a living nightmare in the form of PM Modi actually addressing a press conference on his own terms. Only a select few foreign dignitaries, including iconic figures as Nelson Mandela and Winston Churchill, have had the privilege of addressing the joint session of the US Congress twice. As such, PM Modi's address is viewed as a significant occasion that underscores the deepening relationship between the two nations. A relationship that appears undeterred by the controversy stirred up by some members of the US Congress and other activist organizations. Modi's visit to the US is a particularly notable event given the history of his relationship with the country. PM Modi was once denied a visa to the United States as a CM due to a vitriolic campaign of false allegations orchestrated by detractors. His return as a guest of honor therefore represents a major shift in US sentiment towards him personally and towards India in general. This shift signals a broader realignment of international dynamics, indicative of an understanding that the United States needs to forge strong ties with an increasingly influential India in today's rapidly evolving geopolitical landscape.